Aho, Itakuyasin. Creator, thanks for life on this good day, that we could be here, that we could breathe, we could all be one. Hopi mythology. Ta'iwa, God, created Dawa, the sun. And Ta'iwa looks through the sun at us. And that's like Ra in Egyptian. And then Ta'iwa asked his nephew, Sotuknang, the fire ghost lightning god, nephew, will you create the universe for me? Yeah, uncle. Sotuknang created the universe. Hopi believe that this is their fourth planet. And they were on 3 planets before, and there'll be 3 after this. The planet before this was in Orion's belt, and then the Pleiades, and then so far that they don't remember where it was. Hopi believe that this planet is one of their most difficult ones. It's the planet of duality. It could be so beautiful, but we could be so trapped and suffering in here. That's like Tibetan. Tibetans say that suffering is in the mind. Physical pain's in the body, but suffering's in the mind. Hopi believed that when they got to Earth, it was cold and dark, and they complained to Spider-Woman, and Spider-Woman asked Sotuknang what to do, and Sotuknang asked Ta'iwa, and Ta'iwa said, destroy it, start again. In the second world, they built fire everywhere, and the Earth was on fire. And it was warmer, and it was brighter, but it's still, the food wasn't so good, and the people complained, and they destroyed that again. And the third world was perfect. It was Eden. It had everything. It was so good, it was easy, and it was so easy that the people settled down. They became materialistic and greedy and possessive. Their crown chakras shut down, and their ego, the I, developed. And the pyramid, the hierarchy, the few that ruled the many, developed. Well, Ta'iwa didn't like this because the crown chakra shut down, and Ta'iwa, God, created everything to be part of everything. And so Ta'iwa told Sotuknang through Spider-Woman to destroy it, to flood it, bury the Hopi people in the ground. And the flood lasted a long time, and the ant nation was there to take care of them. And at the end of the flood, the people came up out of the earth, and Maswa, the god of the earth, was there. Maswa, the god of the earth, and the people looked at him and said, oh, you look so ugly. And they touched his face and they said, is that a mask? And Maswa said, no, that's really who I am. Every planet starts that there's a battle for good and evil, and then usually one wins, and there's a theme of that planet. But on Earth it was a draw, so both are here, and Maswa said, I'm to remind you that both good and evil are here and we get to choose. Well, Maswa said that God said, Ta'iwa, that in the past the people settled down and they became materialistic and greedy and possessive. So pick up what you can carry, and we're going to walk. We're going to migrate. And go to the east, to the ends of the earth until you can't go anymore. And then come back to the center. Go to the south, to the ends of the earth until you can't go and come back. And then go to the west and come back to the center. And go to the north, to the ends of the earth and come back to the center. And only when you complete the 4 directions on Turtle Island can you come back into the middle and settle down. Because you'll have learned what it's like to have very little and have everything. And the people said, oh, that sounds like so much, but you're God, so I guess we'll do it. So at the end of the third world, the earth was flooded and the people were down in the ground, and the ant nation was charged with taking care of them. And at the beginning of the fourth world, the people came up out of the ground, and Maswa, the god of the earth, was standing there and waiting. Maswa said, and in the past, people settled down and they became materialistic and greedy and possessive, and their crown chakras shut down, and their ego, the I, developed. And so Creator wants you to migrate and go to the east, to the ends of the earth until you can't go anymore, and then come back to the center. Go to the south, to the ends of the earth, and learn the direction of the south, and come back and go to the west, to the ends of the earth, and come back into the center, and then go to the north. And only when you complete the 4 directions on Turtle Island can you come back into the middle and settle. You'll have learned the ways of the directions and learned what it's like to have very little and to have everything. And the people said, oh, that sounds like a lot, but you're God, so okay. Every Hopi clan has a symbol. Every Hopi clan has a pottery design. Every Hopi clan has a song and a dance and a kachina, a kasina, a deity, a god with a superpower. Sidewater Jar clan can make water come up out of the ground, and the Kokopelli Flute clan, the Germination, and there's the Bear clan, and the Snake clan, and the Ghost clan, and the Fire clan, and all the different clans have a piece of the prophecy that I'm about to tell you. Then Maswa, the god of the earth, said that Iowa said he wants to break up the clans and have everybody do the directions in different ways. And the people said, oh, how will we remember our story if we break up the clans? We all only have a piece of the story, all of us. And so the clans broke up. And for a very long time, they migrated and traveled the directions. The Bear clan came back in one of the villages of Hopi, probably about 1065 AD, a year after Sunset Crater blew up, and drew everybody towards it. And over the next hundreds of years, different clans came in, and they all magically had a piece of the song and the dance and the story and the prophecy that fit together. Archaeologists wonder what happened to the Sonagua Indians. There was drought, but they just vanished. And what happened to the Anastasi up in Cortez and Colorado and Mesa Verde, and what happened to all of the different, what they're called now, pre-Pueblonian Indians. Hopi said, well, they're our ancestors. Look at the caves, look at the drawings, look at the pictographs and the petroglyphs, look at the pottery that's there. We were there. We settled for a while and then moved on. And as the different clans came in to Hopi, they had a piece of the prophecy. Prophecy that says and foretells the end of the 4th world, this world, and the beginning of the 5th. No, there's a lot of these different signs and symbols in the prophecy, but I'm just going to give you a handful. That in the future, and this is in the past, in the future, the white brother will come across the great void in ships bringing the 4-legged beast with fire coming out of its neck, and that will be the beginning of the end of the 4th world. Columbus, the Spanish. That at some point in the future, the humans will put lines of communication across the desert floor near Hopi, the telegraph. That as things got closer to the end of the 4th world, humans would put black boxes to their ears and communicate over long distances. That eventually they would drop big mushrooms from the sky and hurt lots of people. Well, towards the end of the prophecies, the Hopi talk about that there'll be 2 main groups of people living on the planet at the end of the 4th world, and it'll be distinctively different. There'll be the one-hearted and the two-hearted. The one-hearted people think we're all one, coming from the energy of love, inclusiveness, that there's enough for everybody. The two-hearted will be coming from the feeling of fear, that there's not enough. It's exclusiveness. I got mine, you get yours. Hopi say whichever group is more prevalent at the end of the 4th world will determine if the humans make it to the 5th. Isn't that the same as the Revelations? Isn't that the same as the Greek text Isis, which is almost a cut and paste of the Revelations? The Lakota people say that when the rainbow hoop is reformed after 7 generations of pain, and the red, yellow, black, white human come together and form one rainbow tribe again, there'll be peace on earth. Isn't that the same as the lamb lies down with the lion? Aren't they all the same story? Aren't we ready to come back together as one clan, one tribe on Turtle Island, one earth? Aho, Mitakuyasin.